have any props that you may need nearby, like your blocks, your cushions, pillows. And when you feel like you're ready, like you have everything you're going to need near your mat, let's come down to a nice Savasana to get started. And lay down, relaxing the body. So extending the legs in front, making a conscious effort to relax the legs and to let the toes fall open to the sides. Sometimes we don't even realize we're holding tension until we pay attention and we notice that we're pointing our feet up to the ceiling and we're kind of contracting our quads. So let it go, as if you were going to sleep. And the arms as well extended by the sides of the body, a little bit apart, with the palms of the hands facing up. So check with your hands, and if the palms are facing down, let's turn them upwards so that we may also open the shoulders and the chest. And let's allow the breath to flow naturally. Easy, natural, diaphragmatic breaths. In through the nose, allowing the belly to expand, and out through the nose, allowing the navel to fall back in towards the spine. With every exhale, allow the body to let go a little bit more of any tension that it may be still holding. And in your mind, let go of any worries, concerns, anything that's keeping you distracted from the present moment. Let's bring the feet together, raise the arms above the head, interlace the fingers, give ourselves a nice stretch. Then exhale, release, bend the knees, roll to the right side on the mat, and using your hands, gently prop yourself up to a seated position. And we'll do a few breathing exercises here, as well as some neck stretches. So first of all, find a seated position that is comfortable for you and that you can maintain. If the knees are higher than the pelvis, you can always sit on a cushion or a pillow to find some comfort. Sit bones are well grounded, spine straight, and you can keep your hands on your knees in Chin Mudra, or even on your lap if that feels comfortable to you. Spine is straight, growing tall towards the sky through the crown of the head. So like a puppet, let go of any extra tension and imagine that you're being pulled up from a string connected to the crown of your head. And drop the shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Bringing all of your attention back onto the breath again. As you continue breathing naturally, take a moment to scan your body. Are you holding tension in the legs again, in the chest, in the shoulders, in your jaw or your forehead? And whenever we find tension anywhere in the body, give yourself permission to let it go. So today we're going to be focusing on softening the body, softening the breath, softening the mind, and letting go. See how much we can surrender to the pose, to the practice, and to any discomfort that may come our way. We'll do a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing without retention first. So we'll take our right hand and we bend the index and middle finger in. So we're going to be using our thumb, ring finger, and little finger. With the thumb, we're going to cover the right nostril, and the ring finger will cover the left. So we're kind of going to be alternating nostrils with this movement, covering the right, covering the left. And we'll start without retention. So we're going to cover the right nostril with the thumb and exhale all the air we have through the left. Then inhale through the left nostril. And when your inhale is complete, cover the left nostril and exhale through the right without retention. Exhale, exhale. When the exhale is complete, inhale through the right. Cover the right nostril and exhale through the left. And we keep going with our own breath, inhaling through the left, covering and exhaling through the opposite nostril. Let's do a few rounds here. Next time that you exhale through the left, make that your last round and release your hands on your knees or your lap. And take a moment to notice your breath again. Observe any differences in your breath or your mind. And if your eyes are closed, then let's gently open the eyes. And with the inhale, we're going to lift our chin up to elongate the neck and look up all the way to the ceiling, keeping the shoulders relaxed. With the exhale, lowering the chin towards the chest. So the movement is happening just in the neck, extending the back of the neck. Inhale, lifting the chin. Inhale in the front of the throat, extends. Exhale, chin to chest. And inhale, come back to center. And now we're going to be bringing our chin to the right shoulder. So looking over the right shoulder, just the neck moves. Back to center and to the left. Back to center, right, center, and left. Back to center. Let's take our right hand, drop our right ear to the right shoulder and place our right hand above the left ear, around the left ear, and gently pull the head a little deeper towards the right. You may need to play a little bit with the position of your chin, a little closer to the chest or a little farther to find the stretch on the left side of the neck. If the stretch is enough here, just stay here with the left shoulder down. If you like, you can bring the left fingertips down to the mat next to you, and that may intensify the stretch a little bit. So the right hand is not really pulling down strongly. Imagine you're just placing the weight of the right hand on the head. So it's a gentle pull. And always come back to your breath. See if the breath stays soft and smooth. Releasing the left ear, bring the head back up to center, mindful of the neck. And let's go to the other side. Left ear to the left shoulder. Left hand comes right above the right ear, and find your stretch. You can play a little bit with the chin. Some people feel the stretch more when they bow their head forward slightly. For some people, they need to bring their head back. Find the stretch on the right side of your neck. And if you like, the right fingertips can come down on the mat next to you. The right shoulder may want to lift a little bit. Let's keep it down so it pulls in the opposite direction of the head. Slowly, let's release the head. And we will take a child pose. So come to kneeling on your mat and sitting all the way down on your heels. Your knees can be together or they can be mat width apart, your choice. And we'll extend our arms forward and lower the forehead onto the mat or onto a blanket or a cushion or a block if you need some elevation. Let your upper body fall heavy onto the thighs or onto towards the mat if your knees are apart. And find that smoothness in your breath again. Checking for tensions in the legs and the shoulders. And softening, surrendering into the pose. Let's softly press on the hands and walk them towards yourself. And once we are back upright, we will shift into a squat, a Malasana. So you can lift your hips and come on your toes, curling the toes. And then lift yourself directly into a squat. Yes. You can play a little bit with the distance between the feet to make sure that you can keep the soles of the feet well grounded on the mat. You can also use props underneath the heels if necessary. And once you find your Malasana, let yourself sit deeply between your legs. Bring your hands in prayer in front of the heart. And with the elbows, we gently press the knees outwards. See if you can open your heart a little bit here. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And letting your hips grow heavier with every exhale, rooting down towards the earth. If you need to make adjustments or add props, feel free to do that anytime. Once again, come back to the breath. Can we keep the breath soft and smooth? And what does it tell us when we can't? What happens in the body, in the mind, when the breath becomes shallow or fast? Can we see the connection between the whole? Breathing deeply down into the belly. As you continue to breathe, see if you can relax your face, your jaw, your tongue, cheeks, eyes, and forehead. Can you lift the corners of your mouth into a smile? And release the hands onto the earth. Maybe curl up here a little bit. Let the head fall heavy. For a couple more breaths. And then lifting the head, just let yourself sit down onto the mat. Hug your knees and drop the forehead towards the knees. On an inhale, lifting the head. We'll take a seated swan. So separate the knees slightly first, and we will take the right foot on top of the left thigh first. Keep the foot flexed. And you can play a little bit with the distance, by the way. You can be a little farther or a little closer, it doesn't matter. And then we'll bring our hands behind our body with the fingers facing back. So you can start maybe here. And as we press through the hands, you can gently press the right knee away from you. And also lift your chest up towards the ceiling. You may feel it in the shoulders. You may feel it a little bit in the upper arms, forearms, through the arms. So maybe don't focus so much on the hips, but pay a little more attention to the arms and to lifting through the chest. And you can also play with the distance with the hands and bring them a little farther back and see what happens when you lift there. It will be more intense on your upper arms the farther your hands are from you. And once you find your edge, 80% of your capacity, never force the pose. Come back again to the breath. And we will not hold this one too long. It can get pretty intense. But as you hold, still try to find as much surrender in the pose as you can. You can drop the chin to the chest, or you can drop the head back if that feels more comfortable for you. Smooth, natural breath. And slowly walking back with the hands gently, gently. You will feel it in the arms for sure. Coming back up. Let's take a moment to release the right leg. And maybe extend the arms in front of you, interlace the fingers, push in front, curl the back to release a little bit. And we'll take the other side. Whenever you're ready, there's no hurry. The left foot comes on top of the right thigh. And we find the position of the hands behind. Again, you decide how close the hands are to your body or how far based on the sensation in your body. When you find that, gently press the left knee away, opening the hips, and gently lift the chest up. Breathe here. Slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your body, mindful of the arms. Release the leg. Once again, interlace the hands in front of you, turn the palms back and push away. Curl in the back. And we lift into a simple reverse table. Bring the hands behind your body again with the fingers facing forward this time. The fingers face forward. And we'll lift into a simple reverse table. With the knees bent, lift your hips up towards the ceiling and let the head drop. Very short hold. And slowly release down. Take your time. And we'll take a dragonfly. So separate your legs as much as you can. You don't have to force it. Just as much as we feel comfortable and as much as we can sit on our sit bones. So find your sit bones. And this is what I like to use my blanket because my floor is cold. I am not a fancy person with one of those yucca dambo kind of things. So I like to put my blanket in front of me so I don't have to lay on the floor. It's completely your choice how you want to use your props. You can also use cushions or a bolster here in front of you. Make sure first you're sitting on the sit bones, so your pelvis is not rounding back, affecting your spine. And let's take a moment to relax the legs, because it's very easy here to do what we always do in Hatha Yoga, pushing through the heels and lifting the toes, and then we accidentally kind of activate the quads and the legs. Let's try to keep the legs as relaxed as we can. Bring the fingertips on the floor or on our props in front of us. Inhale, lift from the chest. Keep the legs relaxed. Exhale, let's fold forward on our forearms or hugging our props. And remember, we are looking to surrender here, so there's no need to push. We find the stretch, and then we kind of let go into it. If you're using a prop, you can also place your elbows down and kind of hold your chin with your hands if you like, to support the head. It's really your choice. And it's very, very easy in this pose to begin to activate the legs without even noticing. It happens to me all the time. So every once in a while, maybe check with your quads. Are they contracting? Are they tensing up? And can I soften? Can I let my toes fall relaxed? Can I relax the shoulders? And what's the quality of my breath like? Is my breath smooth? Do I find myself holding my breath? And what does all of this tell me? What is my body telling me? What is my breath telling me? And how do I find softness and surrender? Let's take 3 last breaths here. 3 deep breath. And after your third exhale, slowly let's come back up out of the pose. And let's bring our hands underneath the knees and use the support of the arms to bring the knees back up together. Take your time. Everybody's body is different, so you will feel more or less sensation. Let's hug the knees here for a moment. Drop the forehead again. Next, I would like to take saddle pose. So let's bring the head up. I'm going to give you two options to do either full saddle or half saddle, depending on how you feel. So the way we enter this pose, if you're going to do full saddle with both sides, your knees would be together and we separate the feet, keeping the toes pointing back. So the feet don't open to the side, the toes would be pointing back, and we would come and sit in between the feet. Now this can feel very intense to some people on the quads or on the knees. If we are feeling any pain or discomfort, we can try just half saddle and then change halfway through. So we can start with both legs extended in front of us and then bend just one side, the left side for example, it doesn't really matter, and see if we can point the foot back. And maybe this is better. Is it better, John? Yes? So we make sure we're sitting on the sit bones, and whether you're doing full saddle or half saddle, it's the same. You can stay here with the hands on your thighs, sitting upright and kind of feeling that stretch. Or you can begin to lay back a little bit. You can stay on your forearms. You can use a pillow or a cushion behind you if you like. So take your time. I love that one. I love that cushion. Take your time for your setup, and you can also lay on your cushion, pillow, and release the hands open to the sides. So if you're doing full saddle, you'll stay there. If you're doing half saddle, I will cue you halfway through to change the leg. So wherever you are, find a point of relaxation. Can you lay all the way, Olga? Do you have something underneath? No? Yes. You can support yourself or you can lay all the way. Nice. I like the pile of props. Use all of them, all of the props, and lay there so that you can, yes, find some comfort in the upper body as well. Beautiful, nice. So both for full saddle and half saddle, the arms can be by the sides of your body with the palms facing up, just like you would for Savasana. Or if it feels good for your shoulders, you can also extend the arms all the way overhead. Depends on how it feels for you. And coming back again to that soft breath. Letting the knees fall heavy down towards the mat. No need to activate or to push them down. Just notice how heavy they are. And since we are using props under the chest, you may also feel some opening in the abdominal and heart area That's nice. You can come out anytime if it cramps. Jean, if that side was enough for you, you can change the side now if you like. Let's change the side. Yes. Get comfortable in your saddle. And this is one of those poses that for some people it's super comfortable. Other people don't find it as comfortable. And it's a very good challenge to see how we calm the breath when all our mind is telling us is, I want to get out of this pose. Jean, if you want, you can sit on the cushion or a blanket to elevate the hips. Yes. See if we can breathe. Yes. This side is a little harder.
Yeah, that's the knee I got.
Bad knees?
Operation, so it's
okay.
I think I won't force it.
Okay, if we have knee issues, no need to force it. You know what you can do instead if you like? We can take a Baddha Konasana. So you bring the soles of your feet together, let the knees fall open to the sides, and then lay back on your cushion that way. So we can work on the hips instead. This way. And let it go there. We will slowly begin to come out of the pose. So if you're in full saddle, you can use the elbows to gently push down, lift your chest, and then bring the hands down on the mat and slowly bring yourself all the way up, and then release the legs one leg at a time. Use the hands. You may need some extra help there. And for both of you, we will, once the legs are released, bring the feet in front of us about mat width apart. Place the hands behind us on the mat and take a couple windshield wipers, dropping the knees from side to side. Very gently, just to release the hips. Before we go into Savasana, I would like to close the class with a Viparita Karani, or legs up the wall. Do you guys have a wall near you that you can use for support for your legs? So the way we will do this is I would like to elevate the hips so we can bring our prop, our cushion, pile of blankets kind of thing near the wall. And we will bring our hips onto that cushion thingy, whatever it is we're using, and bring our legs up the wall, and just come to lay all the way down. You can make some adjustments here to make sure your hips are supported, slightly elevated. And the hands can be by the sides of your body or on your belly. The legs can be together, slightly apart. Or if you like, you can also let the legs fall open and make use of gravity to kind of deepen that split a bit more. It's completely your choice. So we're just transitioning into a deeper relaxation as we move towards Savasana. And I think we've done this before in other classes with a block or a prop under the hips, but with the legs in the air. And that requires some activation to keep the legs up in the air. And this way, you have the support of the wall, so you can let go completely and just focus on the breath. This is a wonderful pose to relax in, to calm the mind, to relieve stress, and physically as well to relieve tired legs. Stay with the breath. Notice your belly flowing with the breath. Notice the air in your nostrils as you inhale. And then notice it coming out as you exhale. Becoming soft, surrendering to the moment. Becoming present. Being present. And to transition into Savasana, you can bend the knees and place the feet on the wall. Roll over to one side and then come to lay down all the way on your mat. Maybe move your bolster or pillow to one side. And if you still have a blanket handy, I would recommend that you put it over yourself. Stay warm, especially those hands if they are on the floor and the floor is cold. Maybe wrap the hands in the blanket. Find your Savasana. As we transition, try to keep your movements slow, small. Let the breath and the body sink a little deeper. If you need to make any adjustments to your Savasana, do them now. And once you find a position where you can completely let go, let's stay here, tracing the breath. Maintaining presence and observing the mind, knowing that we don't need to react to or engage with any thoughts that come up. Let's watch them come and go. Let them float and drift away as you anchor onto the breath. Slowly begin to bring awareness back inside your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Raise your arms above your head. Interlace the fingers. Give yourself a nice stretch. Exhale, release. Bend the knees and roll to the right side on your mat. And when you're ready, slowly come up to meet me in a seated position. Legs are crossed, spine straight, hands on your knees, Orchin Mudra. Close your eyes and breathe. Chanting Om, inhale. And slowly open your eyes. Hands to heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me.